Welcome back, everyone. Yesterday's sessions were amazing, and we loved hearing from all of you and learning from our incredible presenters. Now that you're all Quizlet pros, we're really excited to dive deeper into the unique ways that teachers are using and customizing Quizlet for their classrooms. We're endlessly impressed with the creative ways that teachers have adapted Quizlet for different subjects and environments, and we're looking forward to sharing those ideas with you today. To make this conference helpful for you, throughout the day, we will also be holding time for Q&A after each session. During each of the sessions, if you do have a question, please write in at any point into the Q&A box on Zoom. We'll be trying our best to read all of your questions, but yesterday we did have about 800 questions, which is really awesome to see. So we're going to be reading through them and choosing questions to answer that'll be really relevant to everyone. That being said, if we don't answer your question, or if it's a question that's like specific to you, or a question that would merit some customer support, please make sure to reach out to our customer support team at quizlet.com/help. I promise you won't be waiting for days. We will get back to you within like 1 to 2 days. It's summer, and we'll be there to help you out. So that being said, I want to introduce our first speaker today. To kick things off, Matt, our CEO, is going to discuss some of the exciting things that are coming up at Quizlet. Matt joined Quizlet after 12 years at Google, where he was the VP of Product Management at YouTube. He's always been a huge advocate for our teachers and students, and we're really excited to hear what he has to say. I'll hand it off to you now, Matt.
Great. Well, thank you very much, and hello, everyone. As you said, I'm Matthew Glotzbach. I'm the CEO of Quizlet. I'm also the father of 2 junior high-age daughters, and I'm a consummate learner myself. I'm really excited to be with you, here with all of you this morning. Thanks so much for joining our second annual Unconference. This 2-day event is really built for and inspired by you, our teachers. We're continuously impressed and humbled by the drive and heart that you show each day as you educate students and build an incredible future for them. I look forward to this time that we have this morning, and we'll do some Q&A at the end of the session, so let's dive in. As you know, our mission here at Quizlet is to help students and you, their teachers, practice and master whatever they're learning. In the last year, since our first Unconference, we've been busy with a variety of enhancements and innovations to further that mission. So I wanted to take a few minutes to cover those things and give you a quick tour from the past 12 months of what we've been up to. For those of you who attended this event last year, our first Unconference, you probably remember we gave you a sneak peek of Quizlet Diagrams. Well, we launched Diagrams for back to school last year in 2017. Quizlet Diagrams lets you bring your study sets to life with images that you can upload, label, and annotate, and then your students can study those rich images. Since our launch, we've had over 1 million diagrams that have been created on Quizlet, covering everything from meiosis and mitosis to world geography, and to even diagramming a sentence. I guess we should have seen that one coming. We're really excited about Quizlet Diagrams and the future of extending the platform for more types of studying and learning. Speaking of learning, our Quizlet Learn capability has been getting even smarter. Powered by our Learning Assistant platform, we use machine learning to process data from millions of anonymous study sessions. And then we combine that data with proven techniques from cognitive science. Quizlet Learn is all about making students more efficient and more effective in their studying. So we look at the data powering Learn quite a lot. And we found some interesting things as we were picking through the data. For example, we discovered that one of the questions we were asking had absolutely no impact on students' mastery of information. Any guesses on what that question type might be? Well, it turns out when we crunched the numbers, true and false questions were really just time killers and space fillers. They didn't help students retain information any better, and they didn't help progress them to mastery. So we've eliminated them, and we focused on more different types of recognition questions like multiple choice and flashcards, and production questions like written answers. Since last summer, we've also added Quizlet Learn to the web, in addition to mobile, making it easy for your students to study and utilize our adaptive and personalized study across all platforms. We're really excited about the work that we've done here with Learn, and we're going to continue to innovate in this exciting space. And of course, with Quizlet Live, we've made a whole suite of updates, including adding diagrams to Quizlet Live and making it possible to use either the term or the definition side. and probably one of the most requested features since we launched live a few years ago. We added music to enhance your live gameplay experience and make your classrooms a little bit noisier, I would guess. We love to see the new and creative ways that you all are using and engaging students with Quizlet in the classroom. And you'll continue to hear some more inspiring and practical examples today that you can leverage and build upon. And finally, one that we're pretty proud of. Did you know that the 2017 Scripps National Spelling Bee champion, 12-year-old Ananya Vinay, used Quizlet to build over 100 study sets with over 130,000 terms? That study set included her winning word, Marocaine, which I probably wouldn't have known how to spell. As an inspiration to other students, we partnered with her to create resources for spelling bee practitioners. While she's just one student, she's such a great example of what's possible when you learn with Quizlet. We invited her into the office recently, and it was amazing to hear her story and have her talk about how she was inspired by teachers throughout her career as a competitive learner. So the Quizlet community goes beyond me and you and a spelling bee champ, and I'd love to give you some insights into who we are and where we are. Today, we have now over 30 million users on a monthly basis actively studying and learning on Quizlet. And in the last year, we've seen more than 1 million teachers join the platform, which is just amazing and truly inspiring. I'm excited to say that we now have over two out of 3 high school students and 1 in every 2 college students using Quizlet on a regular basis to practice and master whatever they're learning. That group of people, including you, our teachers, have generated over 300 million user-generated study sets, and 10% of those are created by teachers like you. You and your students have been pretty busy. We've focused on growing the platform internationally, and Quizlet's now available in 19 languages, covering over 90% of the world's population. We've seen 4 billion study sessions take place on the platform, which is really inspiring and truly impressive. On a regular basis, we hear about amazing moments and the positive impact you make in your students' lives. It's a big job, and again, I can't tell you how excited, humbled, and impressed we are by your endeavors. We know that in today's modern economy, access to education is more critical than ever. Here's just a few telling statistics that we're living with today. Forrester predicts that the youngest workers will have between 12 and 15 jobs in their lifetime. That's amazing when you think about only a generation ago, the average was 1 to 2. The Bureau of easy for me to say, the Bureau of Labor Statistics reports that the average worker currently holds 10 jobs before the age of 40, and that number is projected to grow. And the BLS reports that the unemployment rate for a student with less than a high school diploma or a person with less than a high school diploma is significantly less than that with a bachelor's degree. Someone with a bachelor's degree is 2.5 times, the unemployment rate for someone with a bachelor's degree is 2.5 times lower than someone with just a high school diploma or not having a high school diploma. As we can see, and something you well know, education really is the silver bullet that helps people rise above, that helps people unlock their true potential. And that's why we're here. As a parent myself, I'm all too familiar with the sense of urgency to empower our kids with the best resources. Investing in technological innovation is great, but we as a society need to be similarly investing in human capital, you, our educators. Without focusing on supporting our teachers on the front lines in the classroom every day, it doesn't matter how many millions are invested in education technology. The best, most innovative tech can't replace the power of an amazing teacher. People come first. And that's why we're here, sharing and learning together at this Unconference. At Quizlet, we believe that teachers are the most important component of a person's education. Technology cannot replace teachers. You're the most powerful tool that a student has. What we do at Quizlet, what inspires us, what inspires me, is to be the platform that helps you drive your students and classrooms to success. So, what are we working on going forward? Here's just a few of the things we're focused on in some key areas. The first is obviously learning. We're focused on the learning experience on Quizlet, which means deepening the level of engagements for students. We want to continue to make it easier for them to find great study materials, get quickly into study modes, and then study more efficiently and more effectively. We're building out, for one example, what we call alternative answers, which allows you to provide a variety of right answers for one question or term. For example, if you're teaching an English speaker how to say hello in Spanish, you want them to know that either hola or qué tal is a correct answer. In this case, hola is technically correct, but in speaking, qué tal would be perfectly acceptable. And that's just one example of how we're focusing on making Quizlet smarter for you and your students. The goal here is really around engagement. How do we get students to really engage and study, not just cram the night before their next test or quiz? So we've got a lot coming there, and we're excited to continue to work with you and take your feedback to enhance the platform. Next is around content creation and discovery, making it even easier for you to create and customize content. The ability to create and find content is essential for users, and it's something we hear from you, our teachers, all the time. Of note, we're incorporating our auto-suggest, which means as you create a set on Quizlet and type in a term, we'll auto-suggest the definition for you based on the terms and definitions of millions of other students and teachers have put in before. And we'll also be adding in support for rich text formatting, a highly requested feature. So as you can create content, you can customize it for your classroom and for your students' needs. Another way we're making it easier for students to find great content is by telling them about it explicitly. We'll be adding suggested sets to our set pages so that when a student studies chapter 1, it's obvious to them that they should study chapter 2 next. No more searching, it'll be right there in front of them. We hear time and time again that teachers find Quizlet as such a valuable resource, and they really value the content that other teachers and other students make on the platform. So we want to make it even easier for you to create amazing content, and then for you also to find and discover great content on Quizlet to use in your class. And finally, community. How do we continue to provide a place for you, our teachers, to learn and share with one another? So many of the great ideas that we've seen over the last few years have come from you, the teacher community. We're learning more and more from you, and providing a community where you can learn from one another and sharing meaningful content helps you and therefore helps us. So we're investing in our Teacher Ambassador program, which provides teachers like you a direct channel to the Quizlet team, gives you early access to new features, and connects you to other inspiring educators from around the world. As I said, these are just a few of the areas that we're working and investing on, and you can expect some great things from Quizlet over the coming year. With access to Quizlet, millions of students are learning more deeply, improving their test scores, and building stronger study skills. Despite being now over 13 years old, we feel like we're really just at the beginning of what's possible with Quizlet. We're going to continue to listen and learn from you and from students so that we're able to create the engaging games and activities that you and your students love. My ask for you is to continue to share your experiences and expertise with our community. With your input, we can continue to build bright futures for students of all ages and interests. This will be another day of hopefully valuable information for you. I want to say in closing a heartfelt thank you. I can remember some of the most important aspects of my learning and education in childhood were teachers. I don't necessarily remember a specific fact or a specific lesson, but I remember the teachers that were really inspirational and shaped and drove my learning and my education. And to their credit is where I've gotten today. So thank you for all of your hard work.